We are Youth Climate Collaborative. I'm based here in Philadelphia, USA. We're a global community of young environmental leaders and their allies collaborating to slow climate change in connection with the other sustainable development goals. Our mission is to make it easier for youth to get involved and remain involved in environmental work and to foster meaningful collaboration with youth. And our vision is of a world that enables young environmental leaders to elevate their voice and maximize their impact. So we started in November 2020 thanks to a grant from the Kennebunkport Climate Initiative, which is based in Maine in the US. And thanks to them, we were able to start and have the funding we needed to get things running. So yeah, this is just my little picture, a little bit about Kennebunkport Climate Initiative, and then us. Our target audience is youth age 13 to 30, but we're flexible with that age range. Some of our guiding principles are the philosophy of Ubuntu, which means we are who we are because of each other. And then Sonder, which acknowledges that every person that you meet has their own unique backgrounds and stories that are important to get to know. And then there's this one quote, it's actually in Latin originally by this African slave in America, and or not in America, I think he's actually from Italy, but it translates to, I am human, nothing human can be alien to me. So we're all capable of doing the worst and best that each of us is capable of doing. So recognizing and trying to understand what is it that allows this person to do this one thing, and what enables me to avoid making those mistakes, or, to excelling. And then the last one is a Hebrew philosophy, Tikkun Olam, which is about world repair and dedicating one's life to helping solve the problems that we see in our world. Now we have 4 main initiatives. They are the Action Map. So it's actually going to be called Eco Action Map. And then Climate Courage Workshops, Youth Allies Initiative, and a Learning Lab. So the Action Map, I'll actually show it to you at the end. What we're trying to do with the Action Map is that a lot of times youth who are trying to get involved in the environmental space, they know what organizations exist around them. And so we're trying to get organizations and artists and mentors to put themselves on this map. And so everybody from around the world, when they go to this map, you can zoom in to where you live and just see everyone around you. So then you know who you can get involved with. And it's also to foster collaboration. So if you see that there's an Earth Club at a school near you, and you guys have an Earth Club at your school, and you see they're doing like a beach cleanup or a river cleanup, then you can say, hey, we are also trying to plan one. Why don't we go together and work on it together? So trying to foster collaboration to save time and resources and get people to meet each other. The next one, so we'll do the demo a little at the end. The next one are Climate Courage Workshops. And so with this, a lot of people are experiencing the negative impacts of climate change where they live. And they can really be heavy on your emotions, like feeling a lot of eco-anxiety or grief at the loss of your habitat, or feeling so sad seeing people polluting or littering. And so we've designed these workshops. They actually just began last Monday, and we have a wait list on our website, youthcc.org. You can join this wait list for free workshops, and we'll help you learn some skills and strategies for building your emotional resilience, so that you have a plan when you face these difficult emotions that come with working in this space. And we think that's really important, because if your mental health isn't sharp, if it's not where it should be, it's going to be very difficult to be able to give back to your community and be a leader. Yeah, this is our team. Yeah, just explain that. Now, the next one is our Youth Allies Initiative. With this one, basically, this one we're doing US based. The rest of it is global. But for this initiative, we're doing a US based initiative just because the US is very big and it's going to be hard to do. So there's this thing called procedural justice. And with procedural justice, basically it's trying to get meaningful participation for voices that are generally left out from different decision-making spaces and policy-making spaces. So oftentimes youth are not given seats at the table to be able to share their opinions, make decisions in the private sector, with NGOs, in different advisory councils or city councils. So in the US, we're trying to see what organizations are trying to bring youth voices to the table and what are lessons we can learn from the strategies they use to make this happen. What are their failures that we can learn from? What are their successes that we can replicate? And so we're doing like this research report, and we're going to share our findings with everyone so people can try and replicate the successes where they live, anywhere in the world. I know each geography is different, but I'm sure there will be some transferable lessons. So our last initiative for now is the Learning Lab. And for this Learning Lab, it's what it sounds like. We're gonna create some educational lesson plans similar to the Climate Courage workshops to teach youth about different topics in this space. One of the first ones we want to do is like Indigenous communities and climate change, that relationship. And then another one that we're starting to work on is workshops on eco-comedy. I think it's super, super cool and fun to learn about. Basically, if you think about the great comedians where you live, right? They use comedy to talk about social issues, like, you know, racism or just other things happening where you live. Sometimes they use comedy to talk about these issues so that they draw in a bigger audience. And so we're trying to see how can we teach youth to become better storytellers and to use comedy to draw people into the environmental space. And so I graduated from American University in Washington, DC, and they have lots of, they work a lot in this area. So we're working with them to try and create something for either the end of this year or early next year. Because they do an annual competition that you can actually apply to. And this month is Comedy Month, actually. Or it's like National Humor Month, or I don't remember, something like that. So my last slide. So there's a lot of pings. I don't know if they're just coming in from people entering the conversation. So in the last slide, let me show you the website actually. And okay, so I have it up. Let me just reload. I don't know why this blue mark is there. It's so weird. It's just on my screen for some reason. I might have like accidentally annotated something. Anyways, so when you go to our site, this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a Yelp or a big search for the environment. And Sahana, let me know how I am on time. If I'm talking too much, just feel free to cut me off. So basically, this is a huge search bar. You can search the Eco Action Map, events, work opportunities, funding, like look for mentors, artists, different opportunities near you. But right now, nobody's really mapped because we recently launched, and we're going to share instructions and stuff about how to create an account on our website soon. So let me actually log out so I can show you this. Basically, you would sign in or register for the site. It's free. And you create, yeah, again, sorry for the slide, don't know why it's there. But you would create your account, register as a individual or an entity. An entity is like an organization or a club, chapter, and you can also make an account for yourself. And then when you do have an account, actually, let me show you on the template. Getting some pings. Oh, okay, thanks, Sahana. Awesome. So let me show you in the theme site, because just because we don't have organizations listed yet. So it would look like this. It's going to load real quick. You're going to see a map that looks like this. And let's say you live in London. You can zoom into where you live, see the organizations near you. And then there's like different filter and categories that you can search for. And then you click their page. And on their page, you would see, you know, a description of who they are, pictures, what we're going to do, what sustainable development goals they're advancing, where to follow them. And then you can also chat with the organization, and you can chat with other people on the website. So what you could do here, so you can make an account for your own organization and just like get people to learn about it. And so this is really like a giant one-stop shop for environmental leaders and organizations to really collaborate, get to know each other. I'm going to wrap up now because I think my time is up, but definitely I'll go back to our slide. Definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Youth Climate Collab, and join our newsletter. I'll share the link in the chat, and you will be kept in the loop about like our official launch, which will be near Earth Day. And we're gonna have live demos where we show you how to use the website and everything. And it's gonna be available in different languages as well. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.